think he can win.
Okay.
I don't know if he's going to win, but I think he can win.
So
but
I
he's
asked,
going to have to. He's going to have to box a brilliant fight.
Mayweather was definitely better. He was better when they fought him because he was more technically sound and knew how to do things. Whereas
and Floyd Mayweather understands that. Guess what? Styles make fights. He understands styles make fights. And he understands the greatness of Terence Crawford.
Joe Rogan didn't hold back when he made his prediction about this dream matchup. The podcast king called Floyd Mayweather one of the sickest boxers in history and reminded everyone just how absolutely dominant Floyd was during his prime years. Think about it. This man faced elite opponent after elite opponent and made them all look like amateur fighters. But here's where it gets interesting. Rogan admits that many fans completely overlook Mayweather's incredible achievements simply because of his defensive, decision-winning style. People get bored watching Floyd systematically pick apart his opponents, but that's exactly what made him so dangerous.
Floyd was in his prime.
Yeah.
That would have been fucking incredible to
Yeah.
see which style's superior.
Yeah.
Because Floyd would move towards you like this. He would just get right up on you. It would just show you how good Floyd really is.
Yeah.
Because the fact that he's won decisions by, playing it safe, people that just don't get excited about him and they recognize him with the all-time greats, he's the best.
According to Rogan's analysis, Mayweather's defensive mastery and ring IQ make him nearly impossible to beat. We're talking about a fighter who could read his opponents like an open book, anticipate every move, and counter with surgical precision. But even Joe acknowledges that this would be a tough matchup against someone as talented as Crawford. This isn't just any ordinary fighter we're talking about. Crawford brings a completely different set of skills to the table that could potentially crack the Mayweather code.
Crawford won, in my opinion, 10 rounds to 2. If you want to be, generous, 9 rounds to 3. But he clearly won the fight against Canelo Alvarez. Clearly. And Floyd Mayweather understands that, guess what? Styles make fights. He understands. Styles make fights. And he understands the greatness of Terence Crawford. And he stated on numerous occasions that, guess what? Terence Crawford is pound for pound the best fighter in the world. And he believed it. He put his money where his mouth is. And it held to be true, period. So, again, and I hate to do this and I hate to keep saying this, right? But people try their best to try to pit Terence Crawford against Floyd Mayweather, right? Who's better? Who beat Canelo Alvarez better? Who did it better? So on and so forth, right? The fact remains is this. They both outclassed him. They both won in dominant fashion. And styles make fights, right? And the style that Terence Crawford presents, the style Floyd Mayweather presents, now they do it different, is too much for Canelo Alvarez, period. Point blank and period.
Now, boxing analysts are stepping forward with their own takes, and they're all recognizing Floyd Mayweather's legendary Hall of Fame status. His career accomplishments remain completely unmatched in boxing history. 50 fights, 50 wins, 0 losses. But here's the twist that's got everyone talking. These same experts are praising Terence Crawford as the current pound-for-pound best fighter in the world.
What's up, fight fans? Prime for prime. Who wins a fight, Floyd Mayweather Jr. or Bud Crawford? Bob Arum says Bud. Do you agree?
For prime, who would have won, Crawford or Mayweather? Prime for prime.
Crawford.
Really? Why?
Because Crawford is a unique kind of fighter that other fighters haven't seen. And the ability that he has to switch, fighters aren't used to that. They don't train for that. I just think Crawford is a very, very unique talent.
What makes this comparison so absolutely fascinating is that both fighters completely dismantled Canelo Alvarez in their respective eras. Think about that for a second. 2 different generations of boxing excellence, both proving their dominance against the same elite opponent. But here's the problem. Each fighter dominated in completely unique ways, making this comparison feel nearly impossible. Both men represent the absolute pinnacle of boxing excellence, but their styles are so different that choosing a winner feels like comparing lightning to thunder.
Crawford is way better than Floyd Mayweather Jr. What's your thoughts on his statement, and do you agree with the sentiment?
him saying that, I can't say he capping. I can't, because I don't know what he felt. But when I heard that, what I think is, when Floyd beat me, I was 23, I wasn't polished. When Bud beat me, I was the man. I was the man. And he beat me fair and square. He beat me at my game and he beat me at his game. That's why Canelo said that. Do I believe that? It's tough to believe. We're not going to ever see Bud versus Floyd. And it's crazy. It's crazy because I would love to see that fight, but I know we're not going to see it. But I can only take Canelo's word because he's the man that's been in the ring with both of them. But I understand why he said it. I was a kid when I fought Floyd. He wasn't a kid, literally, but he was young. He was young. There was a lot he didn't know. There was a lot he didn't understand about boxing that he later on learned and got better. But Bud beat the better version of me, even though it's the ran down version. I'm saying that because it is some wear and tear there with Canelo. I've been saying it the whole time. When a guy got almost 70 fights in current time, with all those big camps he's been doing and all that, trust me, it's some wear and tear there. I'm not making excuses for Canelo. I'm just saying, I do give Bud his credit though for beating Canelo, and Canelo understands I am a better fighter today than I was back then. But that's hard to say because Floyd, you know what I'm saying? I feel like Bud took maybe 20% of what Floyd did and added that to his repertoire for this fight.
Then legendary promoter Bob Arum stepped into the conversation with a prediction that sent shockwaves through the boxing community. Arum believes Crawford would win even during Floyd's prime years. This isn't just any promoter talking. This is a man who has seen decades of boxing greatness up close. According to Arum, Crawford possesses a rare skill set that combines adaptability, speed, and ring intelligence in ways that make him absolutely unique in modern boxing.
Terence Crawford, they were all the question marks. Could he do that? Could he cope with the power of Canelo Alvarez, who's adapted now and had to adjust in his career? He now throws single shots. And that's why it was the calculated gamble. Well, it wasn't really a gamble because me and Simon called it from the beginning.
Right.
That we go, Mayweather ticks every department. You go, the only thing that people are hedging their bets on is that Canelo's the bigger guy, but he wasn't really anyway.
No.
You can see because Crawford come down from 185 anyway. You can see the physicality's in there. He was all the size of Canelo.
As Edward said long before this fight, I just think styles make fights. And Canelo's style, this style of Canelo, was suited for Crawford.
Indeed.
He can't throw combinations anymore. There's no more head movement from Canelo.
Yeah.
He tries to walk people down and hit you all over the body and all over the head if he can, but he can't put his combination. He can't sustain the combinations. And what really impressed me about Crawford was the fact that it was a question of like he didn't want to trade off early with Canelo. He traded late with Canelo because he couldn't take his power early. So in the early rounds, he was just pity-patting and just tapping him, kept spinning him, kept turning him and driving him mad. And then in the later rounds, as Canelo started to fade, from round 7, round 8, as the pace got a little bit slower, then Crawford's confidence, he was confident enough within himself to stand and trade with him. And even when he got on inside, he was hitting him with like 3s and 4s, hard shots, constant shots, and just kept spinning him, kept turning him. And Canelo didn't really know where he was. And another great thing about Crawford, stayed southpaw throughout the whole fight. And Canelo admitted after that he couldn't handle a southpaw.
Couldn't work it out.
Couldn't work it out whatsoever.
Adam, we had Paulie Malignaggi on the show the other day with myself and Jim, and I want you to have a listen to what he had to say and see what you think of it.
I think Canelo has been, for a while, a diminishing fighter.
Arum's reasoning is brilliant. Crawford's ability to adjust to any opponent would give him the edge, even against a defensive master like Mayweather. Think about Crawford's switch-hitting ability, his capacity to completely change his fighting style mid-fight, and his incredible boxing IQ. These qualities create problems that even Mayweather might struggle to solve. Arum believes that Crawford's adaptability is the deciding factor that could crack the code that no other fighter has been able to break.
He's everything, man. He's the man.
Absolutely. You fought both Canelo and Mayweather. I was surprised to hear Canelo say that straight after the fight. I mean, credit to him, he's been really humble in defeat. You fought them both. Who did you think was better, Canelo or Mayweather? I know that's Canelo was saying it was Crawford better than Mayweather, but who did you think was better out of Canelo and Mayweather?
Mayweather's definitely better. He was better when they fought him because he was more technically sound and knew how to do things. Whereas Canelo had more power and placed the shots probably better. No, he didn't place the shots better. He was just younger and places the shots really good. Like Canelo was really good at 21 years old. Like I was impressed. I was very impressed with Canelo at 21. But Mayweather was still technically more sound. Go ahead.
Did you believe or do you agree with the fact that Canelo is saying Crawford is better than Mayweather from an outsider's perspective, having not fought Crawford? Who do you think's better out of those two, Crawford or Mayweather?
I think Crawford is better, bigger. He's actually he moved in weight class, and I would say Crawford is a better fight all around fighter. Mayweather's really good too, though. You can knock him as well.
But wait, there's another layer to this story that changes everything. Trainer Greg Hackett explains why Canelo Alvarez himself considers Crawford's victory over him more significant than Mayweather's win. Here's the key distinction that everyone needs to understand. When Mayweather fought Canelo, the young Mexican star was only 23 years old, inexperienced, and still learning at the top level. But when Crawford defeated Canelo, he was facing a mature, fully developed champion who had years of elite-level experience under his belt.
You know, he's very talented. It would have been a tough fight, but I think Crawford would have had the edge over Mayweather because of the long arms and because he's bigger. You know what I'm saying? And he would have kept him at bay. It would have been hard for Mayweather to counter, maybe. But Mayweather's definitely a technician. I mean, like Crawford said, you know, Mayweather has his era, and Crawford, this is his era.
Absolutely, and I noticed when I asked you, there was a slight pause. It's a real conversation now to be had. Crawford, pardon me, up there with the likes of Mayweather. He's really etched himself into the Mount Rushmore conversations.
Oh yeah, definitely. He's definitely one of the GOATs.
Canelo was essentially still a student of the game during his fight with Mayweather, making mistakes and lacking the ring wisdom that only comes with time. But by the time Crawford faced him, Canelo was seasoned, at his peak, and had developed into one of the most dangerous fighters on the planet. This context makes Crawford's achievement significantly more impressive according to Canelo himself, and that's coming from the man who actually stepped into the ring with both legends.
The idea of pulling up at a yacht is it's the opposite of what everybody tells you about fighting. The only person who's been able to do like that is Floyd Mayweather. He's the only guy who's been able to just be balling out of control, constantly flashing money, $1 million watches, you know, a fleet of super expensive cars, and still fucks everybody up.
He does.
The thing about Floyd is he never lost his discipline.
But through that balling night, I don't think he was doing drugs or drinking.
Floyd would famously run home from the nightclub. So he would go out in Vegas, he'd be partying. It looked like he's partying, he's drinking water, and then he would have his driver drive, and with his fucking jeans on, he would jog home. I mean, the dude was always training.
Let's rewind to the atmosphere leading into that historic Mayweather versus Canelo fight. Commentators Simon Jordan, Adam Smith, and Duke McKenzie all remember how many people thought Floyd was finally going to meet his match. Canelo was undefeated, bigger in size and weight, and at 23 years old, he represented the future of boxing. Many analysts predicted that Floyd was biting off more than he could chew at 36 years old, and they genuinely believed that Canelo's strength and youth would finally hand Mayweather his first professional loss.
I thought Terence fought a virtuoso fight. Terence never let Canelo get into a rhythm. Terence never allowed Canelo to get anything going, and I didn't think he could do it for 12 rounds. I thought that the first 3 or 4 rounds were going to be difficult for Canelo for that reason. But Terence was able to do it for 12 rounds, and in the later part of the fight, he kind of pushed the fight more than I think people expected, which is the mark of a superstar, man.
But the fight played out completely differently than anyone expected. Mayweather delivered an absolute masterclass performance that silenced every single doubter in the building. Floyd's style completely neutralized Canelo's offense, making the young champion look confused and frustrated throughout the entire fight. It was a performance that reminded the world exactly why Mayweather was considered untouchable in his prime.
How are you feeling to be Chris Eubank's trainer, first of all?
It feels good, man. You know what I'm saying? I've been his trainer before, so...
Yeah, it's good.
It's a no-brainer.
Of course. Congratulations on the win. What's your first reactions to Crawford's victory? One of the greats of this era, right?
Oh, definitely that. You know that.
What do you want to see him do now?
What I want to do now?
What do you want to see Crawford do next?
Do what he at this point now in his career where he could do whatever he wanted to do.
Who would you like to see him fight? Any names? Is there any names in particular you'd like to see?
It doesn't matter.
What about Canelo? Would you like to see him retire?
I don't. Canelo's not my responsibility.
Okay.
Now here's where things get really interesting. Shane Mosley offers a perspective that literally nobody else can provide. This man actually fought both Mayweather and Canelo, giving him first-hand experience against both fighters that makes his opinion incredibly valuable. According to Mosley, Mayweather's superior timing and opponent reading ability set him apart from everyone else in the sport. Floyd's mastery of ring control was simply unmatched, and even against physically stronger fighters, Mayweather had the intelligence and adaptability to neutralize any threat with surgical precision.
I stood on it, and I'm not going to change what I said in the past or anything. I didn't think he could pull it off. He did, and not only did he pull it off, he did it. It's phenomenal. Like, he did it. He did everything right. Like, it's like he fought a perfect fight. He banged with him when he needed to. He boxed him when he needed to. He established the jab. He kept the southpaw. He kept him frustrated. I got nothing, bro. I tell you what, I would never go against that man again. I ain't doing that shit. That shit was crazy. But I do want to give a credit to those that deserve it. Like, Terence deserves full credit for his abilities, for his IQ. Bo-Mac for his coaching. And, you know, Bo-Mac told him to stay southpaw. He wanted to come out orthodox. Bo-Mac told him to stay southpaw because of what Canelo was weak at.
Mosley's authority on this subject cannot be questioned. Having faced both men gives his opinion special weight in this debate. He firmly believes that Mayweather operated on a higher level and was simply the more complete and dominant fighter compared to anyone else in his era. But that raises the question, how would that level of excellence match up against Crawford's modern greatness?
So if he was pound for pound, Floyd was pound for pound, you or Floyd, who would have done that? Who would have won that?
Me.
Oh, shit, okay, I'm just asking. Because Floyd was pound for pound before.
That would have been a hard fucking fight, though.
Man, me versus anybody, I'm going to always say me.
Okay.
Come on now.
This brings us to the fascinating discussion of generational shifts in boxing greatness. While Mayweather is universally respected as one of the greatest of all time, there's a compelling argument that Crawford would come out on top if they fought today. The reasoning comes down to timing. Mayweather dominated his era and proved his greatness during his time, but Crawford is leading the current era and representing the evolution of boxing excellence.
Personally, I wouldn't be mad if I never see Terence fight again. The way he performed, getting ready to be 38, I think, in a few days. Man, what better way to go out? What better way to tell the game goodbye? What better way? Who you gonna fight? I was arguing with Max on the way to the venue about Boots Ennis. Nah, we don't go fight Canelo and then go back and fight Boots Ennis. I saw a report today, somebody was talking about him going up to light heavyweight. Nah, we don't go up to light heavyweight. We just went up 3 weight classes since the Spence fight and 2 weight classes since the Madrimov fight, my last fight. This is the perfect send-off, Roy.
Yep.
In my opinion.
Without
it's
a question.
The perfect send-off.
Every great fighter has his time period where he reigns supreme, and in the present era, Crawford carries the mantle as the most dominant force in the sport. Both fighters represent different peaks of boxing excellence, but the question becomes, does the current peak surpass the previous one? It's a debate that has boxing fans absolutely divided.